What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this particular video, I will be reviewing, recapping Love After Lockup, Like After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 20. And if y'all start to also shout out to my YouTube fam, and if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell after subscribe and like up the video. And if you can, also, share. You can share around, but there's somewhere around here to share. Okay, but anyway, if y'all notice, what is up with these shows now? I got a little rant real quick. They'll say a new season, and it's still the same season because August 16th is Love of the Lockup new season, right? And the one of the returning couples that were originally supposed to be in the beginning of season 2, they're finally coming back, which is Angela, and I forgot who is the guy that she's put money on his books for, supposed to come back. But when you go on WeTV, it's like it's still season 2, episode 24. And I know they sometimes do that with a couple of shows, like a couple of Tyler Perry shows, a couple of shows they'll still be like new season, and it's still the same season. So even like this here, it's still the same season 2, but it's supposed to be a new series, spinoff. So okay, other than that, let's get into it. I have on this robe, the AC. It was hot as heck. I don't know where y'all at, but up here in Michigan, it is hot. It was hot today. We have advisory. It's supposed to be about almost 900 degrees tomorrow. So the AC been a little bit kind of cool. So this is why I'm in the robe at the moment. It's cold. Um, yeah, and it'll get better, but it's like most of the time when like has the moments where just out there is a little bit arctic for me, a little too cold. But anyway, y'all, hope y'all enjoy y'all week and enjoy y'all weekend upcoming. But let's get into it. So the first I want to go with Brittany and Marcelino. It's the day after Sasha Sistine and she begins her sentence and is arrested to start her sentence. The minimum amount of time she has gotten is 10 years, even though she's up for parole in 2025. Okay, so Brittany's, it's the next morning. They got the little daughter. I think was the Zola. I don't want to mess the little baby's name up, whatever, right? She's just so cute too. She's like a little birdie. She's just so cute. But Brittany feels like a way of supporting Sasha is making her the godmother. Now, this is the only time I agree with Marcelina a little bit. Is that it's confusing because it's like, okay, she's incarcerated, and if anything was to happen to them, how would she be able to take that role as being the godmother? And then two, I also look like this. How would she be able to have a connection? Number one, Sasha's in jail right now, and because Brittany is an ex-felon, and felons must get beat for felon, whatever. How is that going to work out in terms of like if she can barely even like at the most write her, talk to her on the phone, whatever? How would Brittany be able to even communicate, let alone her baby, once she gets a little older to even know who Sasha is or even know, who she is? And a lot of things can change sometimes in months, let alone a couple of years or two. You know what I mean? So I, you know, so I can understand poor Marcelina saying like, well, how is she gonna be doing in jail? But again, I noticed that Marcelino was like can be considered very controlling, and he kind of like people he feel is, but if he kind of has this thing like I look down and is very judgmental at certain times, whatever. Because he's all talking about, maybe Sasha might be that record with her besides her being in jail. Like, he again was kind of bringing up again about Sasha, what she did, which unfortunately, she was technically the getaway driver or got people to get something to belong to her. Two people ended up losing their lives because of that. And but at the same time, Brittany was saying like you judging her, whatever. She's actually you up here keep judging her, but about me, Brittany was on drugs. Brittany was out on the street. She did all the things. So you up here judging Sasha. You keep always judging Sasha, judging on the folks. Marcel's like she don't need to be around people on jail and people his families and blah blah blah. And the case and all the lawyer says. But let's get into it real quick, like how he has nerve to say certain things, but puts in a position where it can affect the custody battle that she's trying to have with Miss Lou Gio. So, they kind of just get off and stuff. But the next scene, we got Marcelina and his mom in the park with Gio, and she's holding, the little girl, baby girl, and he's talking about the same thing. And she said, too, is the thing is like, how can she be, the godmom and she's in jail? But, Marcelina's in his confessional thing that he, he and his mom usually don't agree with a lot of stuff, but they sure agree about that. And The last scene, to get it out the way, because like I said, they made the preview. I thought like, okay, this is probably the remaining amount of the episodes, but they did, make it seem like as if he was gonna see Tito today. But it was kind of like, could be to continue, but we're gonna make it seem like this is all gonna happen in one episode. Um, he's driving. He decides himself that he's gonna talk to Tito. And I know, unless it's on, because I used to watch the bonus clips, whatever. I don't do that no more. Of the reality shows. Brittany said, "Let me take care." She only wanted joint custody. She wasn't trying to get full custody. And Marceline was taking upon his hands that, the type person, I know what type of person he is, even I don't know him, blah, 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 and he do this and this, and I do this, and this gonna go this way, whatever, this over controlling of Baron, and, just, ugh. So at the end of the episode, where they kind of leave it like a cliffhanger, I guess until next week, unless that's another cliffhanger to the last episode of this, this season, or extended season, um, he at the end decides like, well, as much as do with Gio, I think that I should go ahead and talk to him because I know what type of person he is, and I know Brittany told me not to take well basically they decide to make go together, and he was supposed to, she told Brittany, because Brittany told like, no, unless I need you to be part of that whatever, please don't get yourself involved. And he talking about, yeah, his words is bond, and he broke his promise. So, but at the same time, he wants Brittany to listen to him and all this other stuff. But then he broke something where it possibly can go against, the custody battle and make it where Marcelino could be seen as a danger. And why should his son, even though recently, I guess in the last, I don't know how many months, Gio has been mostly predominantly over there. But originally, remember, Gio was, Gio, despite whether it was a behind the back thing with Brittany getting custody of him, he was originally with his dad, and I think before with Brittany's parents, something like that, or her dad, or something. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that he's put jeopardizing things as well. Even though I see on Starcasm, which they have, like I said, a lot of information about a lot of these reality shows, especially, that Cheeto does have a record as well. And I think Brittany said that too, that he had served time or something like that. I could have sworn at the beginning of the season. But anyway, so he's taking it upon himself. What he's doing to Gio's life because, it happened to me. And again, he admits that he's going against his word and going over there. But like I said, he's putting the chances of the custody going, like I said, he's taking upon some putting matters on his don't need to be his matter. And especially going behind his wife's back and taking this and going to confront and possibly get a fight with T. And like I said, this could be used where it makes it harder for her to possibly get any type of custody. And then he could just one day, I feel like my child's dangerous, but I just swipe him away. And because of Marcellino's controlling, this gotta be this way, this, that, and I am better than, and I am better than, whatever. So, oh gosh. Okay, then. Okay. Next couple. Now I want to talk about Tracy. Tracy and Clint. I always get Scott and Clint's names mixed up, whatever. Now they're on the honey, about to get their gifts in Las Vegas and stuff, and already here is Clint being irritated in the Uber or Lyft, whatever. I guess on the way to the hotel, on the way to Las Vegas, had to get off the plane, and he's like, here's Tracy, like, I'm so excited, blah blah blah. Now already, I forgot to mention last episode that Tracy said that actually Clint was the one that helped her get better and clean and sober. So, okay, but that means if you depend on someone, which is sad, that kind of reminds me that, even though it's a scripted show, Euphoria, and it's based on teenagers, it kind of reminds me that some people depend on somebody in order. Oh Lord, I didn't mean to play this YouTube video. Okay, in order to be sober, and sometimes you depend on certain people or persons in order to help your sobriety. You may become codependent on that person, and if it don't work out with you and that person for whatever reason, your friendship or situationship or relationship, whatever, marriage, whatever, then they may go back to the same drug or some worse or worse, whatever, So in this case, Clint is all, when they got a car, she wanted to get, next to the famous Las Vegas sign, take pictures. She's like, this is too much. I don't even like this up here. But before he even got the car, he was all acting all irritated, like, I don't even want to be here. You had to realize last time we were in a hotel room, what happened, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, like, ain't you the one that traveled, decided to plan this little travel engagement, that decided to get this raiment and get the celebration, get a Las Vegas room? If he wasn't ready enough to, or felt comfortable, either he needs to talk to a therapist about it or wait into a certain amount of time. Because, time don't always heal all wounds, because sometimes things need to be done. Because sometimes it can still be a damn wound there even after so many years. Sometimes you had to take little extra steps. But the way he's talking is like, well, what happened last time, and I don't really trust here, and why would I be happy? He's starting to get irritated. And also the fact is, the Stephanie chick, he's also having a guilty trip about that as well, okay? But like I said, it's like he is acting like she invited him, and the way he's holding his grudge or have these trust issues and stuff, whatever, it's like, you knew this anyway. And it's interesting that he has trust issues when she the one who really need to be looking at him, okay? So they get him in front of the sign, like I said. He all irritated and stuff, whatever, right? And then you go past Elvis person, and she like, she was like, hey, Elvis, something like, he was like, yeah, I love you, whatever, the person name is. And here go Clint go say some comment like, you should probably, go with him, because since he said he loves you, you just really acting like the one that's sitting there because you got all this guilt, and he still has animosity towards her, what she um, did to him the night of their wedding night and all this other stuff. And so, anyways, y'all, they get finally to the hotel room. Like I said, he doesn't even have Tracy's the one that's like, oh, if he don't want to have fun, whatever, I'll go to have fun. As long as it's healthy, okay. Well, anyway, so they get ready to go to the room, right? This is maybe on cue or coincidence, or when people get caught doing something they ain't no business doing, they get caught, okay? Just a different time. So, anyways, y'all, then they take a picture, right? I guess, I don't, on their way up before they go up the room and stuff like that. And she's like, but it's with Clint's phone, right? And then, they in there, do the reflection, and all the stuff, like, do the rotate so the camera, they, look at the screen. Here go Crazy. What's that? Who's Stephanie? And he like, I don't, Clint still getting mad, even though he's the one who calls them. I don't know, I don't want to talk about this right now, blah, blah, blah. Getting all agitated, all irritated and agitated, okay? And she's like, well, who the hell is this? Blah, blah, blah. Who's this, whatever. Then, you got the sound effects, the anticipated, the drama, the assignment, wherever. Then all of a sudden, she looked at the text message, I think, before or after they get on the elevator. And not only she said, I don't know the last time, I don't know if she's consistently leaving him messages, whatever, but she's like, it says, I miss you, and I'm going to be your new goddess. I'm like, oh, heck no, everybody ducked down. She's going to be his new goddess? Oh, shucks. She said she could be his next goddess, and I was like, oh, heck no. It's not gonna be too pretty. But Clint is the one acting like he's the victim and stuff. And she's like, you've been sexting her, blah, 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 blah. And then on the camera, Clint just yelling back and forth. She yelling back and forth. We just like ping pong, just okay, blah, blah, blah. Then she was like, you're gonna take me to this room, blah, blah, blah. So they got on the elevator. I first thought he was about to leave or whatever, the way it's going. So they go to 4-4, arguing, of course, all the way up to the room. Then as soon as she go to her, I didn't know she still had Clint's phone in his hand. But then he started saying, give me back my phone. Give me back my phone. And she's like, I'm about to go to bed right now. And then did this F you, bitch, drop a bop, it's something, out of beeps. Right? And so he's like, give me back the phone. She was like, no, you can't have your phone. Fuck you. Blah, 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 blah. And then that's when he started to, now he talking about where about Tracy, whatever. He the one started kicking at the bathroom door. He realized, you gonna have to take that out your striping or whatever, like what paid you or what your daddy paid you out there, check with him. Because I could have sworn, was that just y'all? If y'all look at the episode, wasn't he kicking, because it must have been a wooden, bathroom door, kicking the door, and it was marks, and it was damaging, denting the door. So could be continued that. The Tracy got mad, like towards it. She was like, "Get out! You better get out!" And slammed the door. So that's not gonna be pretty. Let's see if Tracy still hits goddess then by the next episode. Ooh, that's a mess. So anyway, I'll get to that later on. Somebody else. Now it's interesting sometimes when people asked to be and sign a contract, which are certain times where you may not be on camera even though you agreed to, but it's almost like sometimes these people's reactions is that they get mad about the camera being there even though they agreed to the camera being there at some of these moments. Okay, another little rant. So anyway, let's go to Lizzie and Scott. Now I also looked at Sarcasm as well and seen like back in the day, like, besides a couple, problems with the law, Scott had this set on there. I think it was like 10 or 15 years ago, something like that. He was arrested for meth, and I think his mama paid for one of his things, traffic or something like that. Whatever, like something with traffic, she had like $20,000 bail, and his mama paid for it. Um, But yeah, so Scott dealt with addiction issues as well. And it kind of, like I said, may be a thing, codependence, where he became, where he wanted to help fix somebody who was in jail. I don't know, and may possibly dealt with addictions as well, or somehow like find somebody they could be addicted to, and the case was Lizzie. So we go back to the point where we're still on the beach, and she feels some type of way about again giving her a box, and it turned out it is actually a ring that he kept for her. That he was going to send to her and stuff like that. And she trying to feel some way about getting proposed to him, especially. We know the motives is based on what Lizzie say is about still a thing about money, but it made it seem like she was a little bit more, like concerned or so called as far as right now. She does really want to work it out with Scott, I guess. So he gonna take the ring again, do the same thing he did. He gonna take the damn ring from her and get mad. You know what? You embarrassed me and stuff like that. Well, it was based on before she was embarrassed about the wallet and the hole in it at the bottom because you didn't have enough money, and still him thinking like is if you don't realize that she just said before she dumped you or just only wanted to be friends because you didn't have enough money, and they get mad that she doesn't want to be proposed to, but it's like that's toxic anyway, considering that they should start over and see if it's worth it or not. But again, he's sitting here as if he's addicted to her, and her beauty and blah blah blah, whatever. And then he, like I say, take the ring. He about to go over tonight, and then he's going to, and she's like, "What is you doing, Scott? Okay, I like the ring and stuff. What the heck?" And again, Lizzie in the confessional was like, "Okay, she is like, she's like, this is too soon." And again, it is. Okay, especially through all that, what they went through. And he still turned around and buys the ring. He was just even trying to say, oh, you could just say promise me. But again, when Lizzie was hesitant about it and just like, you don't have to, like, okay, we don't have to jump again to as far as something as extreme as engagement and stuff. Even though, remember, she wanted the house originally with him there in Wisconsin, but they be in separate rooms. Okay, but anyways. So all of a sudden, he took the ring, y'all, went to the beach, and threw the damn box in there. And Lizzie was like, you know what? Whatever, Scott. And she took off a little cover-up thing, and she up here doing her Baywatch moment. Some people stand in dark. I ain't about to do the whole song because that's copyright and that's all y'all get. But she up here running, and I guess the bottom of her bikini pants were kind of like a little bit too low, where it had a big blur in the back of her bikini bottoms, whatever. And then I guess he threw it, but she was able to tell that it was not completely in the war, saying completely, like thrown out in the sea, like it was he just threw it, in close range, like less than 1 feet away. So what I guess I could have sworn she said, y'all, oh, I found it, and he did pick it up, whatever. And it's a good thing he didn't throw it in the ocean because he had to remind us $4,000 in the drain. I'm like, that actually, Scott, that kind of makes you more foolish. Again, you're the one who throwing $4,000 in the drain, not her. Now that's you know what? Never mind. Now you say you're dead, but you still keep making it worse. Okay, whatever. But they decided they're just gonna start back over. Cleese, they after I got the ring, I guess, and they decided, we want to start over, make it. Okay, so everything is happy after at the moment. Okay, they get back to his house, and he was like, let me go park real quick. And she goes to the house, right? I guess he got either doors open. Did Charlene let her in, or did the door just open? Okay, she goes to the kitchen, right? And as soon as I don't know what the reason is, she decided to go to the first drawer with the spoons, and she picked out one spoon, right? She was like, what is up with this spoon and your stuff? And he's like, what are you talking about? She goes confession miles like she used to, of course, like a drug addiction when she used to shoot up dope and crack and whatever heroin. But then this is what she's saying herself. So she's like, she knows this is a dope spoon. And she's like, what is this? This is the only one. He was trying to show her all this other stuff in the drawer, like, oh, this is a potato peeler. I don't know what you're talking about, blah. You just always say. She was like, this is a dope spoon. There is residue on here. I know what the heck it is. He's bad. And she was saying that she's supposed to, have don't do drugs, don't do alcohol, whatever. And so she already knows that Scott has told her before that he used to be addicted to drugs in his 20s. Okay. But I could have sworn, like I said, the thing is maybe he was thirst, whatever, I don't know. So she's concerned about his, is he back addicted to drugs? And he's claiming, of course, like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, I can't be around this if, this is going to be a problem if you're on drugs. So there's a continuation with that, too. So there's a possibility that Scott could be using again, okay? Or self-medicating. And the reason why I'm saying self-medicating, I only got a bachelor's in psychology, but the self-medicating thing is that he spends money, like in the case with Liz, and even it was talking about his blind date, he spends some money, a lot of it, like irrational shopping behavior, blah blah blah. I don't know, it just seemed a little manic. But like I said, I can't completely diagnose whatever, whatever. So I don't know what's going on in his life. I do not know that man, but it is a lot of irrational spending. Okay, irrational decision when it comes to shopping. Okay, like he said, he reminded us he spent $4,000 and was originally trying to throw it out in the sea again even after they broke. Okay, but that's their business. That's their business. Okay, so the be to continue on that. Now we got Lamar and Andrea. They on his way. She driving to see his family. I'm not looking forward to see his family or whatever. And she said his PO office told him to stay away from his family and friends. And it's kind of like, okay, well, technically you're family now because you were married to him, but okay. But anyway, but at the same time, though, I don't know, unless she was in the office every time he goes see his PO out there. But, Andrea already has problems with it, but she always keeps making it seem like it's just his family, his friends. But it's also Lamar's choice to decide if he's around these people. It's the choices that he makes that puts him in that position. Okay. Not everybody's like this. So she on the way, and as soon as she got there, she's lucky, or maybe it was Ed or whatever, that they could have had some stuff to say about her because she was really blunt about how the way she said stuff. Okay, so she came in there, hi, how you doing? And then they aren't smoking and roll. Weed is illegal in Cali and stuff like that, right? And she's against her, for her, her being a Mormon. She's against, like drinking and smoking and stuff, and to a point where she's kind of looking at it as if it's disgusting. And I'm like this, I believe in God, that's my religion choice, the three Trinity. And I plan on, since I have a rare condition that, sometimes occasionally has chronic pain, and I got to okay my primary physician, I'm going the steps, and that's probably in my near future years. I'm going to get a weed card. They got legalized up here in Michigan. Yeah, okay. And I still am naming the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Okay, but just the fact of her being so judgmental, then she's even like, I'm mad. This is making me mad. She said in front of everybody. Everybody probably stoned. That's why I'm being saying something. And then she decides to walk out. I can't take this. I knew that was gonna happen. Blah blah blah. She, like I said, she is lucky that despite she is covered by the blood of Jesus. That nobody said anything, considering that she's talking kind of reckless. And I understand if it's her religion or not. It's not about anything, because like I said, Lamar wanted her to beat around his family. But the fact is the way that she's judging. She's lucky, like I said, nobody didn't say nothing, because the way she came at her, she wasn't there less than 5 seconds and felt some type of way about that. And if you like that over because it's drinking and smoking, whatever, and then she's talking about this, she had to talk because his brother D-Lo, I don't know what to call him, D. I'm just gonna call him D. Okay, come outside, and Lamar and talking, and he's trying to explain, well, I'm sorry and stuff like that. But she's like, I have this integrity, and I teach Sunday school, and I teach about not drinking and smoking. But I'm like, when you smashing your man before was married, so ain't that a sin too, boo boo? And besides that, also too, that alcohol is illegal, so it's smoking, whatever. But that's what I'm saying is, as far as marijuana, that varies. And I'm like this, like I said, it could be used medical people, that it does help people who do have illnesses, or sometimes like such conditions as PTSD and so forth. But for her to like take away of making it, I can't, I'm not coming back in that house, blah blah blah, and all this other stuff. But just the way that she came out and off and stuff like that, it's kind of like, if you felt, and this is coming from me, if Miss Andrea felt this much about people engaging in such things, even down to marijuana, why did she not go on one of them sites called Jesus in Love, or something like that, dating app or something, or got somebody who fit her Christian needs? I mean, her Mormon Christian, because Mormons, her Mormon needs, and lived in Utah, and find the other black person the next 20 miles away or whatever, and a guy that was there. If she felt offended, because what it seemed like she wants to happen is she wants a 180 change out of Lamar, and even to a point to even stay away from his whole family if possible, because it seemed like the way she's talking is always towards them. But like I said, the way that she's acting, if you felt some type of way about the way these people were who drink and smoke or smoke, like, square or nothing like that, then get, like I said, go to Jesus Hugs and Love or something like that. Go to somebody, say, I love the Lord, I'm ready to love you forever. Some site that will go that she can find. Why did she ask some of her Mormon friends to hook her up with a nice, decent black, a guy, or if they can find somebody? She got one black friend. Oh, she got at least one. Ain't she married too? And this is, whatever, whatever. I'm just saying. So they get back on the way back, and he's just like, that was stupid. She's like, yeah, that was really stupid. But I'm not ever going back there again, and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I'm saying is Andrea don't have to be in the situation, and nor does Lamar. Okay, so they're having this agreement, talking that she wants him to go back to Utah trip. Well, we all know that she wants to go back to Utah, whatever, whatever, in the first place. Because originally, that's what she thought he was going to move to, and he waited to tell her when she up here wedding dress shopping that he had to stay there to parole. And she said, I gave up my life, my job, my family, everything to be out here with you. And he's saying, well, I want to be out here, I'm making moves out here or something like that, whatever. Anyway, so like I said, they both got different goals in mind as far as individuals and how they view family and stuff like that. Anyway, and she's like, you changed. You ain't, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, gosh. So, anyways, also too, he was like, I had to give up my freedom. I've been in jail for 20 years, and that's what I was thinking, like, why didn't you get married then? If you feel like wedding is a trap, or at least with this particular woman, you don't have to be married. So they're basically like, hopefully it doesn't work, or this is going to compromise, or there's problems. But it's just the fact is, all of this was done anyway. And even if she didn't smell cigarettes, even if she never smelled no alcohol, no weed, would she still have a problem? She already went there intentionally to have problems because she feels like his family is the one who caused him to put himself in this position. And like I said, based on Lamar and him being conditioned and being enforced in the system and the trauma and all that stuff that comes along with being, in jail, in prison for several years, it just seems like, okay, like I said, if he feels like being married is a jail sentence, especially to her, then he don't need to be married neither. Anyways, let's go back to the Oregon Triangle, whatever, right? What happens to be Michael, Megan, and Sarah. So this surprisingly, this episode we don't pick up exactly where the last episode ended. We ended where Michael does go at least to his PO office and does try to get a permit to go out of New York. And they they don't show him going in there, but show him coming out. And Michael is kind of mad, but mad more so what the system has done to him, as opposed like, this is not right. I'm trying to be down family, blah blah blah. But it wasn't until last episode where he realized Megan was the Cobra. Rolls ass. That his family was important. His kids were important. They should have been important before. Okay, never mind. That's their business. But anyway. So he's mad, and again, this is the second time in a row where he mad, and that's some BS, and I'm trying to get my family, that's not right, now the system got me, blah, blah, blah. My PO officer said I can barely go across the street, let alone to New York, blah, blah, this ain't fair, blah, blah, blah. Get the cameras on my face, and kind of push the camera away. That's what I'm saying, it's like, didn't you sign this up for this, bro? And what I'm saying, you need to be careful, people, you need to be careful. People can sometimes sue you for messing with the cameras, or, ducking out your pay, stripe, or whatever, or, billing you at the end. Nope. So he still ain't got no hat on. I hope he got a flu shot or something, because I just was irritated. It's still snowing, hair, snow on his scalp and stuff like that. And I'm just like, ugh. And then he mad, and ain't gonna be mad. He go in there, he was mad. He just gotta deal with this, blah blah blah. And then he knocks, his mama's darn patio seat off, knocks it down. Like, I know it's winter, nobody can sit in it, but that still don't mean don't knock it down. You better pick that ish up when it get, when you get better and stuff like that, and put it back up. That chair, that patio seat ain't got nothing to do with your situation, okay? So Sarah, her friend Emma, takes to the hospital. I think her friend's name is Emma. And, Mike, Emma was even telling Sarah, like, Sarah wished that he was there, but it is what it is, or something like that. And Emma's like, well, he don't want to put himself in that situation. It is what it is. So, so she goes to the hospital, and then we see the little baby, little Rain, and she was happy, she was happy, little baby, but again, she had to get just now. She has two daughters instead of one, with two kids instead of one on top of that. So, Michael feels some type of way. He's still kind of emotional, so she does call. I think he's able to finally get in touch with her, and he calls her so she can show FaceTime the little baby. The baby just sitting up chilling, and he just all crying tears and stuff like I'm this really I haven't been happy in a long time. He said in confessionals, Michael is a long time. A long time until this baby get here, and I'm living for my children, that type of speech, whatever, right? But okay, so he even called her. I know he called Sarah Boo for a second too, like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and she did like, I guess they'll talk later. And he all even thinking, "Thank you for giving birth to her," and blah blah blah. So they have one of the moments where he's kind of introduced himself to Little Rain, which was the name actually Sarah took and Michael had came up with the baby. So that's that. Okay, like I said, it seemed like now if Megan was not Cobra or did anything with his friend, period, or even flirted with him, whatever, he probably wouldn't have been as I'm gonna go pee, go officer, blah blah. At least and I'm gonna risk mine. I'm gonna go to New York, blah 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 blah. As much, he probably would have stood the same thing when he called to see about the baby. But now he's more concerned about being there for his family because of Megan betraying. And Megan just sitting there like this, la 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 la, updated the news version, Candy Crush and whatever, and up there waiting for him to call her on the queue. And she even admitted, he called finally, and instead of calling first, he had the nerves to sit there and send a picture of the baby to her as his text. She has not talked to him in the whole week, and she's still wondering, hopefully he's not mad at her. And then here's your nerves to me, and I'm like, is she listening to what she's saying out loud? Because she says, my boyfriend's wife is having a baby. And she was like, I know it sounds crazy. Oh, you think? Repeat that a couple times yourself out loud and see how that sounds. Your boyfriend's wife. How is that possible? Explain it to me, Megan. But wait a minute. No, you ain't got to explain it to me. Explain that to yourself. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. I can understand, of course, feelings don't go away, but once she figured out now he's married and she was pregnant at the time being, this is when he was supposedly engaged to Megan. So let that sink in. Okay. So, anyways, and whatever happened to that ring? Did he give that ring to Sarah that was originally supposed to give to Megan? The beginning of the season? Okay. But anyway, so after that, she's like, oh, he got his little eyes closed. Just like, I'm thinking like, he just sent in this picture. And, I'm thinking like when he sent the picture, it was more so to send it like, this is who's important now. What is done and done is whatever, because I thought like, why is he doing that? Why is he sending pictures? Did she ask for it? What? So he calls and FaceTimes her, right? And, oh, I forgot to mention, Sarah was telling her friend in the car that he was trying to get somebody to FaceTime her baby coming out her vagina. Is you for real, sir? Do you know ain't that? I mean, I don't know people. Some people be recording FaceTime as, but why are you putting that? I mean, they do have like PBS special, search special where they actually show the birth of the baby. But I'm just like, never mind. But of course that went through whatever, where that didn't work. Thank goodness nobody's sitting up there talking about push and somebody got on FaceTime to watch the baby come out. Okay, it is what it is. Now, if nobody made a video that say he could watch later the birth of his child, oh well. Like I said, unfortunately, he put himself in that position, and it is what it is. So Megan go get a call from him, and he's sitting there like this, like all happy on nowhere. She was like, hi, something like that. And she's like, oh, she's got your nose and everything, or some eyes or something, blah, blah, blah. And then she asked, like, what does this mean? I guess end up being that. And he's, like, is he going to try to be back with his family? And you know how he'd be like, well, see, what happened was, but no, I mean, I'm going to be there for my child. But as far as me and Sarah being back together again, no. And Megan's still a little bit concerned, so they got a little falling and they say I love each other, whatever, to get off the phone. But Megan even admitted that it would have been 100 times better if Michael wasn't the father. Okay, not the fact that he's married, not the fact he's smashing her, not the fact that he's married, and not the fact that he's married, not the fact that he actually, Sarah has his last name and has married wife said they're married. Not those reasons, okay? He got a whole marriage and baby already, and another baby. Okay, never mind. Okay. And her still trying to be in this fantasy is if Michael is worth it. Just because she lost Virginia and putting her time and investment in it. And sometimes you learn that you can't get back the time. Sometimes the quote could be wasted. You still learn from it, but anyway, that's pretty much how that ends with that. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Okay, hugs and loves. I'll see you on the next video. Who you this just get more entertainment. Oh, okay, all right, y'all.